Hey everyone, I'm Chase, a Rocky Mountain ATVMC, giving you a closer look at the new 7.5 helmet from Leatt. All right, thank you for checking in. So today we have the new 7.5 helmet in the Leatt lineup. So not too long ago we saw the 9.5, which is the full carbon version. Then we saw the 8.5, which comes in a little bit less in price. And now you have the 7.5. And the price on this helmet for the features that you are getting, I think is a great value. Price point, you're gonna be about $260. And what's cool is that every 7.5 helmet that you buy comes with a pair of the 4.5 goggle from Leatt. So if you're looking to get a helmet and a goggle, you want to save some money, you will get goggles that will come included. You don't get to choose the color of the goggle that you want with the helmet. Those are predetermined, but all the goggles, as you can see, are going to match the colorways. So again, rock solid deal. And what's cool about the 7.5, if you watch the spotlight that we did on the 9.5 and 8.5, feature-wise, very, very similar. You're getting the 4-density EPS liner on the inside, the 360 Turbine Technology, the same fitment as the 8.5 and 9.5. It's still lightweight. A size large in this, even with the polycarbonate shell, is 2 pounds 15 ounces. That is dang light for a polycarb shell. So you're getting a lot of the same features, just at a lower price point. So for those riders that thought maybe a little bit too much for those, now you have a much more affordable option. If you're new to the 7.5 or these helmets, we're gonna go through and show you everything that you're getting with this to help you decide if this should be your next lid. So first up, give you a little 360 view here. In my opinion, I think Leatt, when they came out with this new shell design, much improved over the previous helmets that they had. The fit on these is also much improved. You can see DOT+ECE certified. The fit on these is actually true to size and it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable helmet. There's 3 different shell sizes. And when you put this on, like I said, 2 pounds 15 ounces, so it has a nice lightweight feel to it. You have the X-Static liner on the inside, which is moisture wicking, which is a nice liner. So fitment on this, I like it, true to size. But remember, we do have our fit guarantee. So if you get this helmet, or that goes for any helmet that we sell, if you don't like how it fits, you can send it back in brand new, unused condition, and we will give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. So you can exchange this helmet for a different size or a completely different helmet to make sure you're happy with what you get. So take advantage of that. But looking at it, like I said, new shell design when they came out the 8.5, the 9.5, this is very, very similar. It looks almost identical. The only difference that you're gonna see aesthetically from the outside is there's not as many vents that you're gonna have on the 7.5 versus the 8.5 or 9.5, but there's still a fair amount of vents that you have on here. You can see you've got all these vents right here underneath the visor. You've got some you can see on the chin bar, and then on the top of the helmet, you can see here, you've got plenty of exhaust ports on the top as well as the back. And when we pull out the liner on the inside, you're gonna see there's actually a lot of direct cutouts in the EPS liner that are gonna help this thing circulate air. So even with not having as many as the other two, I still think there's a fair amount of venting on here. Another cool little feature on this helmet, there it is you do have a cutout right here on the bottom. This is actually for a sip tube. So if you're a rider that likes to wear one of those, they just make it a little bit easier to route your sip tube up in between the shell here and the cheek pad, and then route it up to the front. And Leatt does have an optional hands-free hydration system that you could pick up. Will not come included with the helmet, but be sure to check that out if that is something that is interesting to you. As far as the visor goes, actually let's talk about the eye port real quick. The eye port on this helmet is actually really big. So don't worry about some of the larger goggles that are out there, you know, something like a Scott Prospect, even, you know, the 4.5 fits easily, but you got the 6.5 goggle from Leatt. Those goggles are going to fit in here just fine. Visor is in a fixed position. It's not adjustable. Some riders like that, some don't. It's gonna be rider preference, but what's nice though is that it is a breakaway design. So you have 3 snaps. They're actually more like a rivet that holds the visor on. I'll pop this off real quick. So it's easy to pop off. You can see there are those snaps that you have. And what's nice about that is if you do go down and the visor does break off and you're still in a situation where you can continue to ride, the chances of you actually breaking the visor are a lot less having that breakaway design. And that's also just a safety feature. If you go down, the last thing you want is your visor to add any additional, torque or forces to your head and neck. So you want that to break away if you do go down. To put it back on, simple, line up my snaps. center, and the other side. Now, one other thing that I do want to point out before we show you the inside is, like the 8.5 and 9.5, they do include the visor extension. So, if you're gonna be riding in some wet conditions, some mud, you want to get the visor a little bit farther out to help block some of that roost. You can just snap this thing onto the end of your visor, and if you don't need it, you can just take it off. So that will be with the 7.5 as well. So that's the outside. Remember, polycarbonate shell on this. Let's take a look at the inside real quick. So we'll undo the chin strap. So you have the emergency cheek pad removal system. Now with these cheek pads, remember that this tab right here is to help get these cheek pads out a little bit easier in the event that a rider is down and you're trying to get the helmet off. So you grab these tabs and you're actually gonna wanna pull forward, so towards the chin bar, to pull these cheek pads out. And you'll see what I'm talking about if you get one of these, how these cheek pads snap in. But you grab these tabs, pull them forward. Keep in mind, you don't wanna use these when you're just pulling out the cheek pad. Just do that by hand if you're taking out the liner just to wash it or something. But you got those tabs, pop this out real quick. So remember, go forward, pop that out. All right. All right, there is my second cheek pad. Pull out my comfort liner here real quick. All right, so there is my comfort liner. Again, that is the X-Static liner, which is a high quality liner, moisture wicking. This is washable, so you can take this out and wash it if you do need to. But now when we look at the inside here, a couple of big safety features. And like I said, I'm really happy to see that they kept these in the 7.5, again, taking it from the 9.5 and 8.5. First of all, with the EPS liner, as I mentioned, you can see how many cutouts are in that liner to help flow air. You've got those direct cutouts going directly to the shell of the helmet, help that hot air escape. And then you can also see this is equipped for the helmet eject removal system. So again, this will not come included with the helmet, but you can buy it on our website. It's essentially an airbag that goes in the top of the helmet here that will have a tube that comes down, and you can pump that up and it will just help kind of push the helmet off the rider's head. If you watch Supercross and Motocross, all those riders are required to have that in their helmets when they're riding. So it's ready for that. The other safety feature with the EPS liner, there is a 4-density EPS liner inside here. So there's different densities throughout. Purpose behind that is to maximize the amount of impact that that EPS can absorb depending on where it is at. You're much more likely to have an impact in certain areas of the head like the front or the side or the back. So they put the different densities that are thicker in the areas that you're more likely to have an impact to absorb a little bit more energy. And in some of those areas where you're not as likely to have that impact, they can make it a little bit less dense. That will also help lighten up the helmet a little bit as well. The other big safety feature is their 360 turbine technology. We've actually been seeing this in the Leatt helmets for a lot of years now. And the way these work, these little blue circles here, is they absorb linear impacts, so straight up and down, but they also help with the rotational forces. If you look at the product copy or the product page, they throw out some pretty big numbers. They say that these 360 turbines can help reduce up to 30% of impact at concussion level and up to 40% of those rotational forces, so your angular impact. So pretty cool what they've been using. Again, they've had it for years, and if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you're still getting that good safety technology built into the 7.5. So all in, like I said, great price point. You're sub $300. You're getting a lightweight helmet that is comfortable, that has some good safety features that are built in. So in my opinion, home run for Leatt with the 7.5 at this price point. If you have questions or comments, we want to get those answered. So make sure, leave those below. And like I said, check out the 8.5 and the 9.5. They look almost identical, just a little bit more venting on those. They are just a fraction lighter too, because they're using different materials in the shell construction, but still 3 shell sizes in those as well. If you have one of these, I would love to hear your feedback. What do you like? What do you don't like? That can help other riders out that are looking to pick up their next helmet. To grab yours, click on the link or head to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Orders over $75 ship free, which means this helmet will ship free. And as always, if you have not yet subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, because we are the best place to go to get information and videos like you just saw today. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.